can leave it just like that and put some paper in there. So our stencils are silkscreen, which makes them extremely easy to use. Just make sure you press them down really good. And then I'm going to get some parchment paper put underneath this just to keep the ink from going through. And we have ink mats too, so if you wanted to use an ink mat, you could do that as well. And that'll actually makes it easier. I'm just going to stick this right through here. And that just keeps it from bleeding through to the other side. We're going to use an chalk black, coal black ink. On fabric, you want to use ink. That way you can heat set it once we're done. All you have to do is get an iron over it, and iron both sides, you know, and then it'll be permanent. It will not wash out. So you use a squeegee with our ink, with our stencils, should I say. Any of our stencils, you just need a squeegee to press that ink through there. I'm just adding a little bit more ink. You just want to make sure you get the entire stencil covered. Don't press too hard. I mean, it's just like kind of a light push through there. Because if you press too hard, you might get a bleed. But it's really easy to do once you get the little hang of it. And then once you get it all spread over the stencil, you just wipe it off. Alright, and that is it. Now I'm just going to peel it up to see how it turned out. Okay, so I see a little bit of bee that didn't come through. So all I'm going to do is lay it back down. Put it back in place, and then I'm going to take my smaller squeegee and just add a little bit more ink right there. Make sure it goes through. Yep. So now it's fixed. So now you see how to fix your little, if the ink doesn't go all the way through and cover up the stencil, you can easily, before you pull it all the way off, just lay it back down, make sure it's in place, the right little spot, and just press it back through it. And then you get the perfect design. Now, with our ink, you want to make sure you wash this. So I've got a little bath of water over there that I'll just put it in the water, and I'll wash all the ink out of the silk screen. Because if you leave it in there and it dries, you won't be able to get it out. So the stencils are reusable, so you want to wash it immediately, you know, with the ink. Alright, and then now, before I touch it, I always make a habit of cleaning my hands, because I'll have ink on me, and then I'll get it on my project. So, make sure your hands are clean before you touch your fabric. But look how cute that is. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all bee lovers out there? There's so many people out there that love bee. This is one of our popular stencils. We've got a lot of bee stencils. So, quick 5 minutes, and now you have a dish towel that nobody else has. Because you can just pick any color you want and put it on there, and it's gonna turn out perfect. Alright. Hello, honey. And if you go on my website, chalkvibes.com, you'll find these. They're called bee quads. So you just have to search bee quads and you'll find them. And the stencils are silkscreen, so they are reusable. If you've never seen our products before and wonder how they work, they're sticky on the back and you can reuse them. You just have to wash them out. I'm going to take some parchment paper and stick in here just so that the ink doesn't go through. And if you have questions, just drop me a comment and I will respond once I'm done and let you know. I'll answer all of your questions that you have. So you just want to make sure it's pressed down good so that so you won't have any type of bleeds underneath the stencil. And I'm using the coal black chalk, the ink. You want to make sure you use ink on fabric, because the fabric, this will be permanent. All you have to do to make it permanent is to heat set it. You can take an iron and iron over it. And if you need the instructions for that, I can give you those too. Just comment heat setting instructions and I'll post those for you. But it's super easy. And once you heat set it, it is permanent. You can wash them and use them just like any other dish towel. And this is super fast, an easy way to get little dish towels and upgrade. Just add a little bit of your care. And who doesn't love honeybees? Oh my gosh. Honeybees are my favorite. So I like to decorate with honeybee stuff. And so you just want to make sure you get it all over the silkscreen. You want to cover in all those little holes. And then you just wipe off any extra. It doesn't really take a lot. So you just put the extra back in your jar. One jar will last you a long time. So that's all you really need. So now, another tip, make sure your hands are clean before you pull it off, is pull it off slow, because just in case you didn't get enough ink on it, you can lay it back down and press more ink onto it if it didn't come out clear like you wanted. Okay, see, like right there, I could use a little bit more ink right there. So all I'm going to do is lay it back down. I'm going to press some more ink on it. And it should fix it. Oh, see? Fixed it perfect. Sometimes with the uneven texture like this, it doesn't go all the way through like you would want. So now I'm going to put a little bit more here. And it's just a good little trick. So just make sure it's lined back up before you do it. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more on that Y. Yep, perfect. All right. So now, look how pretty that turned out. Hello, honey. Once you're done, these are reusable, so you want to make sure you put them in a little water bath, wash them off, and get all of that ink out of the silkscreen stencil. That way, you can reuse it. All right. So if you found this project cute, easy, think your friends might like it, just sprinkle. I'd appreciate it. You know how you think it turns out. Okay, so if you've never saw our stencils, just so you kind of know, they are sticky on the back. They are silkscreen. They have the mesh in between them, and we use ink or chalk paste. But for fabric, I'm going to use ink, and they are reusable. Oh, I've got a tag in here. Okay, all right. So you just kind of place them wherever you want it to be. Let it be. I love this one. Okay. So you just want to make sure it's pressed down really good, that you don't let, you don't want any of the ink going underneath it. And I've just got some parchment paper that I'm going to stick in here. And that will prevent any of the ink bleeding through to the other side. So you just don't want it to get on the back side of your dishcloth. Alright. Let me know if you decorate with these. A lot of people do. These are very popular. Okay, so now once that, I'm just going to take some ink. I'm just going to spread it. I've got this. A lot of people ask me what this is. It's just a squeegee. It's like a rubber squeegee. And that's how you apply our chalk paste or our ink, whichever one we're using. So you just take it and you just go over it. It's so easy, so fast, and the results are going to be awesome. So it's so easy to do. You could buy a set of these stencils, buy some dish towels, 1 jar of ink, and you can make Christmas presents for your family, and it'll be very cost effective. Okay, so the extra, I'm just going to put it back in my jar because I'm going to save it. It doesn't take a lot of ink. A jar of ink will last you a very long time. And then you just want to rub over it and make sure you take off any extra. And then I see a little spot that I don't think I got enough ink on, so I'm going to make sure I do. And there's a way to fix that if you think you didn't get enough on it. With little towels, sometimes you don't get enough because of the ridges, but you can fix it. So whenever you're done, all you have to do is peel it up, and peel it up slowly because we may lay it back down if we see any that needs extra on it. Okay, so you see that little bee right there? I'm going to lay it back down, and I'm going to put just a little bit more ink. Okay. Look how cute it turned out. Okay, so with these stencils, make sure you wash them out as soon as you're done with them, because you want to get the ink out of the silk screen. So and they're super easy. I just have a water bath over here that I stick it in, and I clean them. But the stencils are reusable. Look how cute this turned out, y'all. I love it. So make sure if you found this cute, you like it, sprinkle to your friends that might actually enjoy it. And I appreciate y'all watching.